Esotropia and developmental delays. How do I help my child? Okay, now you have the ophthalmologist report. The ophthalmologist report is showing that this is more muscle-based function than I need glasses functions. She really is really on the borderline of glasses, but at the same time too, we have a muscle issue. The eye is turning in. I don't necessarily agree in no patching. And then this is how we work with esotropia. Now, how esotropia affects development is when you're looking for walking, you need to be able to look down the hallway and come back again, right? This is, I have binocular vision, my eyes work together, and then my eyes converge. So do my fine motor skills and my gross motor skills. For me to catch a ball, for me to kick a ball, I need convergence in all my development, right? But if I don't have it in my eyes, I'm gonna have problems in my fine motor skills and my gross motor skills. So now my right eye turns in, so I can't do it with my left eye. So I'm going to come a little bit closer. So when I'm looking at you here, right, and I'm looking at my phone, but I have convergence, right? Now this is me without convergence. I'm looking towards you, I can't see you. I have directionality towards you, I can't see you. Versus this, having convergence, right? So it's a real fine bait of muscles. But another way of having difficulty with this is that, again, I have convergence here where I'm looking at you, but if I look far, now I have convergence far away, right? But I don't have near convergence, right? This is where people, when children have problems with nearsightedness or farsightedness, they can converge and see far, but they can't converge and see near. Or they can see near, especially when they're looking at the phone real close, right? And they have near convergence, right? But when something far is happening far away, they can see. Ruth, this will be replayed, but I see you're on. This is for you. So, but when you have esotropia, right? When one eye's turning in, and again, I can only do it with my right eye, I have no convergence, right? So this is where my eyes are down. The doctors just said I don't need glasses, but I can't see because my eye's turning in. So now I don't have far convergence and I don't have near convergence. So if anything, I might be looking this way for my eye to see you. Again, I can only do my right eye in, so I know she has left eye. Or I'm looking this way, so this eye can see you. And now I start to tilt, right? Which can be a result of why there's torticollis. Also, though, she is very late for torticollis, and for that, I would really have her looked at by either an orthopedist or a neurologist. Why there's still a torticollis going on. It should not still be there at this stage. Torticollis is more considered a rhiniac from infancy, but it's getting pretty late to have. You've got the esotropia, you've got the pull in the muscles in the eyes, and now you also have the pull in the muscles. What's going on in the torticollis? I would double check to make sure there's not something going on, brain-based or skeletal-based, structural-based, right? And this is, again, you go to the eye doctor is now, they've done their job, but they don't, every specialist is going to be different and but there's no one out there that does the whole thing. And there really should be an internist that looks at kiddos that are a bit more complex. But also when I have esotropia, it is very difficult for me to look up, right? So again, this is where, again, the neck starts to turn and looks or look down. And to have depth perception, we need to look down and we need to look up, right? We do this with convergence, and she doesn't have it. So this is why you're going to patch. So you're first going to patch the eye that does not turn in. You're going to leave that alone. The eye. You're going to patch the eye that turns in, the weaker, what you consider the weaker eye. It does not show up which eye is weaker or stronger. They're both pretty much the same, power-based or stigmatism-based, but you'll see a little bit more dominance in the left one as a 1 to a half, but usually, again, glasses don't get issued to 1.75. So reason you're going to patch, just about 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to patch the one eye that's turning in. And you want to be right there with something to be visually looked at, right? Because you want to see where you catch the vision. But how do we learn? We learn by comparison. When I have one eye turning in and one eye not, it is really hard for me to compare anything because I don't have good vision. So we're taking the bad vision off the good eye for the good eye to be like, Oh, that's what it's like to see. Now, I'm not going to have depth perception because I don't have the two eyes, but I'm going to have better vision because I don't have that clutter. It's like me asking you for a high complex mathematical answer in a discotheque, right? And you're hearing doom, 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 and you're like, okay, it's too much. I can't answer your question. So that's what I'm telling you how to to achieve this right now. So we have to start patching. We've got to make the eyes to go binocular. And right now they don't. But to leave her alone and then to offer surgery, even to go into surgery for the astigmatism or the esotropia, the strabismus, the eye turning in, you want the eyes to be functioning as best as possible. And this is what we're going to have to do. We need to first get the eyes to pop and work together. With the eye turning in, she will never have convergence, right? This is why there's a problem. But I needed to know, does she eye turning in because she needs glasses, or is it turning in because of the muscles? So your ophthalmologist is saying it's a muscle base. So now we got to make the muscle stronger. So and now you're going to patch the other eye for about 5 minutes as well. Now the other eye, the vision might be here where you're catching the vision. Or the other eye, again, without the clutter, might pop into place, right? This is why we do patching to see. But if the vision is still turned in on the left eye, your objective is just to start moving the vision to the nose. Your final objective is to get it over central vision. Don't be over here and doing all of this, right? Hi, Diane. See you in a little bit. So that's where you're going to be in. But the eyes are being too dominant in your daughter's play, the vision, to have functional vision, and so you don't have developmental functions. If you don't have good depth perception, say that 10 times fast. If you don't have good depth perception, right? It's sort of like me giving you a movement lesson on the edge of the Grand Canyon. You're gonna be like, okay, back me away and I'll be fine. So your child just is not going to walk, right? Or going to walk very poorly because they're going to do it to prevent a fall. They're going to walk more like, I hate to say it, no offense, Diane, a senior citizen. They're going to be going to preventative actions. Children, babies should not be in preventative mode, right? They need to be in responsive mode, not reactive mode. And so right now, if you're asking her to walk and she's got double vision, or she's got vision that's affecting her like this because the eye is not intermittently turned in, it's turned in, she's going to have issues. Now, a lot of people are afraid of surgery because they hear surgeries. You don't want to overcorrect the eye. What they'll do is the eye will turn in and they'll just do a little snippet of the muscles to release, but bring the eye sort of towards center. And from there, then again, you go through another patching round to see if, again, you have the binocular vision. If the eye still wants to turn in, they might do a minor correction again, but they can't overcorrect. If they overcorrect and now you've got the eye going out, you can't bring it back in. And so this is what usually scares parents because they hear surgeries instead of surgery. And they're like, oh, this guy doesn't know what they're doing, or woman. And so they back off. But we can't lose the eye and we can't lose development. Vision is your number one priority. Your other priority would be to do the standing and walking course, the pre-standing. And that we would start working on her there to get her into more of a pubic bone strike, which again is like a convergence in your pelvis, right? And so there's no visual convergence. You've got the torticollis, so the pubic bone is off as well, the pelvis region, and that's where you're going to be working on the walking. You do need intervention on this, and right now the intervention has to be you, because to work on vision, especially once a week, once every 2 weeks when someone comes in, and honestly with her visual diagnoses, you might have a hard press to get a visual interventionist to come in to work with this. This is something very simple that you can do. You're going to patch both eyes for about 2 weeks, for about 5 to 10 minutes, nothing more than that, but you want to see if you start noting muscular changes or eye alignment changes within her esotropia. From there, you might want to start patching only the eye that is turning in, patching the good eye in a sense to make those muscles stronger. You'll want to continue that on a daily basis. Really no more than 10 minutes, but you want with vision, functional vision, right? And then so again, okay. So Diane's saying get a second opinion. This is Dr. Cassie. Diane is our vision specialist that comes in here, and she works with us, and what we're looking at too, when there's surgery being questioned or eyeglasses being questioned, really, again, a retinoscopy and to get a second opinion is not a horrible idea, to make sure that the eyes were evaluated properly and to help your child to succeed. Dr. Cassidy is probably one of the best ophthalmologists in the world, and he's down the street from me. So I've got 3 people in right now. I've got Jersey, I've got Canada, I've got, where else is in, Texas, and they're all at Cassidy's this week. And really, I need to bring the office some donuts now that I'm saying that, because they all hear my name about too much. And Dr. Cassidy knows who I am, but I don't know if the front office does. But please, your child's vision is more important than the car you buy. It really is. And when you don't have functional vision and you're looking for development, I'm telling you outright, this is what's really causing the problems, but this is how you're going to help her. It does take some time on your part, but you need to do a light patching program. But honestly, this wait and see, no patching, no this, no that, and come back, and if it doesn't fix itself to get surgery, is not an option that I want to play with. I don't want to play with your daughter's development. I don't think you should either. And we'll go from there. Thanks.